Coming on next, we've got Al Stieg, Vice President of FFL Grit, veteran of the industry, saw what was possible with FFL, and has been going full steam ahead, launching sales managers and soon to be senior sales managers. And happy to have him on here today with us. How are we doing, Al? What are we focused on for 2021?
Well, we're going to leads. We got to have leads.
Yes.
So setting goals, consistent schedule. I'm organizing a travel trip for myself. So I'm going to try to do that every other week and get back out in the field. I haven't been out as much this last few months. As you know, just made a transition. So I moved to Idaho. So that was part of the deal, but we're focused, ready to go. I want to shout out Willis. We've got several new agents. So your month to date, we've got 47 riders. We're sitting at about 206. And out of that 47 riders, 16 are brand new.
It's awesome.
Brand new. So that's where we want to be. We want to have new people coming in, and new riders is where it's all at.
As far as, so team, anything specific that you're focused on as far as I know you do a ton of recruiting. You're very focused with Zip. You've had tremendous success on that over the years. Anything you're focused on specifically for 2021 that maybe some of these newer agents could pick up and start to implement in their business?
I think more than anything else, at least for me, and probably the producers that are consistent, it is being consistent. It's if you get beat up and when you don't feel like it, you just get on the phone. Like me, I like to make my recruiting calls on Sundays. People are thinking about changing positions or careers on the weekends. And so I find that there's a window on Sunday that just works for me on the Zip. I've also added the other GL ads. So I've got a couple sources for the recruiting. I make those calls. I am incorporating my admin. As you approach in this business and gain a leadership role and a marketing role to make this a viable business, you've got to seriously look at it as a business and look at having an admin. If you don't have an admin, once you get to at least sales manager, then you're gonna hold yourself back. It definitely, because you just can't do it all. I admire the people that are growing their business and also writing 20, 30, 40,000 a month. They're beast because it's hard. And that's what it is. But so to answer your question, I think it's just about being consistent no matter what. It's like going to the gym, going to practice, and being consistent on a daily basis.
Awesome. Yeah. How much changed for you when you got a staff member?
There's a relief. There's a lot of pressure off, Yeah. And so, what I did is I took Trey's advice. He said, if you're not sure, because for me, I've been kind of on my own for a long time, really haven't had an admin or an assistant. I've kind of done everything all on my own. And so for me, the challenge was trying to teach them the stuff. Right. And so I didn't know how to get implemented. I even came over to spend a day with you in Phoenix once, trying to get a better handle on things. And so finally, Trey just said, hey, look, have them start with things that you don't want to do. Right. And so things that I don't want to do, maybe I don't like, or I'm not good at, or it's not a productive use of my time. And that's the things that I have my admin. And I got lucky too, dude, because she's awesome. Chris is just awesome. Like, so 1 for 1 on that. So that's great. And we'll be looking to add more for her on her plate, and then, ramping it up and getting another one here.
It's funny you said that it's a relief. For me, like when I hired Jade, it was almost like, I really can't screw this up. Like I've been letting Chantel down for like a decade, but like, I can't let Jade down. Like she's relying on me to be able to keep this thing going. And there's like, I'm being funny and serious and also funny, but serious. It's like, there's a pressure that like, when you lock out mortgage counties and you take out a lead bank, request, and you put yourself in a position where you got to show up and you can't just lay in bed till 10 and get drunk every night of the week. Like we're grown-ups now because people are relying on you. It's a very reeling place to be in. And I think that, once someone decides to hire staff, we've been doing admin calls that Jade now runs with 30 people. There's like something like 30 staff across our whole team now, from people saying, hey, I want more support. And I believe, and I think I can handle this, being responsible for my business and helping someone else. So I loved hearing you share that. So any final thoughts to send them off into 2021, Al?
No, I think, I'm big about writing stuff down. I got stuff plastered all over here. Write it down. And it's the same old stuff. You gotta have leads. You gotta run your schedule and be consistent. If you just do it over and over and over and over and over again, and just don't quit. People get lazy. They get distracted. And the number one most evil word ever is complacency. Period. It'll kill
Love
you.
it now. Love it. Well,
All
appreciate
right,
you,
brother.
brother.
Appreciate you
so much.
very much. And
Appreciate you
I
doing
also just want to shout out the guys on the team. Matt is just killing it. I've got multiple people that are just rocking it. We're going to have some new people come on these Thursday meetings because they're putting some good numbers out. Thanks again.
Man. Look forward to it, buddy. Appreciate you tons,
Okay,
Al, and you have a great day. All right. Coming up next, we've got Nina Damianovic, currently on a travel trip, building her business from afar. Hit Hall of Fame in 2020, as well as leading her team Limitless, who's up over 25% volume over last month. Great job, Nina. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Grady. Thank you so much for having me on.
We're happy to have you here. Let us know. So tell us all, what is your focus for 2021?
Absolutely. So my focus for 2021 is to go super, super hard and to be all in, basically. I would like to hit Hall of Fame again. I'm not stopping here. I want to beat myself. So definitely going to want to pass that 500,000 mark. I want to have the most Hall of Fame producers on the team. I know everyone on Limitless is on a mission. So I know Marshall has it, Abdi has it, Casey has it, Tabitha has it. I can go on and on. Everyone's going for it. So definitely want to have the most Hall of Fame producers. And I shoot really, really big. I feel like if you don't, have big enough goals, you're not shooting high enough. So my goal is to have a 2 million a month producing agency by December. So I know we can do it.
There's no reason you can't. Sorry, it's been done once. Why not? Let's do it again.
Absolutely. I feel like, Grady, you always told me to aim big. I remember when I was going for my first 20K month, I said, hey, I'm going for 20K. And you said, shoot for 40, because then you'll for sure do 20. So I'm shooting for 2 million because I know then I'll for sure do 1 million, right?
That's awesome, Nina. That's awesome. So any advice for, these are like a lot of new agents on here, probably 200 new agents have written a policy in the past 60 days on our team. Some wrote a policy, got scared. Some wrote a policy, kept going. Some wrote a policy and are taking the world by storm. So any advice you have for them to, to emulate some things that you're doing within yourself, your own personal life, your business, that they can start to go, hey, if 2 million a month Nina D's doing this, I should probably be doing it too.
Absolutely. So I think the biggest thing is just, of course, producing first and foremost. You need to make as much money as possible personally in order to start building a business. So in order to, just exactly what Al said, is stay consistent. And I think that's what a lot of people have issues with is, they'll have one big week, and I'm at fault for that too. I've done it a million times, but they'll have one big week and then go on a vacation for 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. And the biggest thing is just telling yourself, hey, we start at zero every single day. And with this business, it's like you can either, half-ass, excuse my language, for the next 20, 30, 40 years and just personally produce and just be inconsistent, or you can go all in for 2 to 5 years and have everything you've ever wanted in life. So choose your hard. Do you want to grind forever? Or do you want to go all in for such a, short amount of time to ultimately have a huge agency, get an integrity deal, be a Hall of Fame producer, whatever your goals are? But we could do it fast here. Like, Grady, I want to do it, faster than you did. And I know that a lot of people are going to come in this and do it in 6 months, 12 months, a year and a half, whatever it takes. But just going all in would be my biggest piece of advice to everyone.
Are you running in? I mean, you're recruiting now more than ever.
Absolutely.
Are you having any issues getting people are you running, is there any shortage of people out there that could be interested?
God, no. You know what? I was flying to Florida. So that's where I am right now on a travel trip. I was flying to Florida, and the flight attendant was doing, one of their announcements. And they said they were making an announcement that American Airlines had to lay off over 12,000 employees because of this global pandemic. And I'm like, how many agents do we have at FFL? How much have we grown over the last year? We have endless opportunities. Everyone could come in here, work here, make 6, 7 figures within their first year, and be on their own, have the freedom, make their own schedule, which is, there's definitely room for opportunity. That's for sure.
I love it, Nina. Well, any final advice to send all these, send everybody off, close out this year and start the new one on fire?
Yeah, absolutely. Plan your travel trips, plan your schedule out. I mean, today starts 2021. So if you're going for Hall of Fame, map out your schedule, get some, plan out some travel trips, get your schedule prepared and get rocking and rolling because there's going to be a lot. Wait, Grady, how many Hall of Fame producers did you have this year?
It's 5.
Okay, well, we're about to have over 100.
Let's count on Julius, Clay, Jen, and then 4.
There's going to be a lot more this year. I know that for sure. So
it's awesome.
Well,
thank you, Nina. Keep crushing out there in Florida. I appreciate what you do. Keep leading your team.
Of course.
All right, next coming up, we've got, well, let me get him up here. Next, we got a guy coming up here. We got a guy. He's pretty sweet. How lame is that? Anyone do that?
Lame, but we're good.
That was pretty lame. I got better jokes. All right, on with this now. We've got Mr. Clay Sweet, current Hall of Fame producer and vice president of FFL Guardian. Clay joins us in our Arizona office to talk about what he's focused on for 2021.
Well, thanks for having me, Grady. It's a pleasure to be here, and just kind of want to reflect on the year that was 2020. I was in a lot of you guys' same position in 2020. I was trying to figure it out. I remember last year in December, I was a 10K a month producer, and I just sat down and the first thing that I did was I made goals. I decided, okay, what do I want to do in 2020 to, better my business, get out of bartending, what can I do? So the first goal was Hall of Fame, and, how can I set myself up for Hall of Fame? And that is, buying a lot of leads, staying consistent. I think Al and Nina have done a great job of hitting that home, but just staying consistent is something that I've done. Every week since the beginning of the year, I've submitted at least one policy. I haven't taken off 1 week. And I just think that's a testament to staying consistent. And I think that as new producers, we fall into that trap of having a good week and then taking off. And you never get into a groove if you're constantly stopping and starting and stopping and starting. So the biggest thing I would like to, everyone to take away from, something that I did last year was just building on that momentum. If you're constantly building momentum, then you're always heading in the right direction. You don't have to start, stop. So that's the first thing that I would kind of hit home is I decided that I was just going to go really, really hard in 2020 in the sales department. I wanted to be a top producer. I wanted, what Grady had. I mean, some of you guys don't know this, but Grady used to run. I mean, Grady's been out of the field for a while, but Grady used to run.
It doesn't feel like 8 months.
I know, but it just feels like forever.
It does feel like forever.
But I just, I looked at guys like Julius and Grady and I wanted what they had. So I just knew that they went really hard and worked really hard. And it wasn't rocket science. It wasn't rocket science for me. It was just buy a lot of leads and work hard. So that's my biggest takeaway from 2020. Something that I'm super proud of is that just the consistency of this year is just going really, really hard in sales and doing the travel trips, buying a lot of leads and not being scared to invest. I would strongly encourage you new agents to invest in your business. Now that I'm building a team, I talk to a lot of agents that, try to, skimp on buying of the leads. And it's just, if you're a restaurant owner, you need your meat and your vegetables to be able to sell. And that's just, leads are the lifeblood of this business. And, I started a year and a half ago and I think we had 3 lead options when I started. We didn't have the instant internet life leads. The CRM wasn't as packed as it was. I remember there was times in Arizona where we couldn't get any leads and so there's just so much more opportunity, moving forward that we have to do big things. So, as far as team building goes, my goal this year is to I've acquired a skill set, right? I've been able to produce at a high level. And my biggest goal for this year is to turn around and teach a lot of my agents that skill set. And so that's my biggest desire is this business has absolutely changed my life. And what better way than to just give back than to teach the agents that I have the skills that I've acquired. So Do you want to ask me any questions?
No, man,
I'm just
you're
going
you're
hard.
doing, it's fantastic.
So,
You do have a skill set. I was thinking of Liam Neeson when you started saying that, but then you
I have a certain skill set.
No, you've come a long way, man. You've come a long way. I mean, Julius and I were talking today about how proud we are of you, but like, and not that you need our praise. I hate that when people are like, I'm so proud of you.
No.
You're like, I'm like, thanks,
get it.
Dad. And like, no, it's like, but like, you have you push, got no results. Push, no results. And now you kept pushing, skills developed, people dug in, started to connect with new people, kept investing in hiring, kept investing in hiring. And now you got 25 riders on your way to 40, on your way to 60, on your way to 100K submit weeks. And it's a testament to consistency, man.
And the biggest thing that I would kind of just hit on is you're not reinventing the wheel. Oh Lord, I've called Grady countless times and asked him, what did you do? And he said, dude, I've told you 50 times what I did. Just do it. And so finally it just sinks in. And I find myself having the same conversations with agents that I have. What did you do? And I tell them, and it doesn't sink in. And then finally the light bulb goes off. So my biggest thing is just copy what, the people above you are doing, or the people that the people that are in the position where you want to be, copy that. Grady had a bunch of assistants. So I went and got a bunch of assistants. Grady spent a bunch of money on leads. So did Julie. So I spent a bunch of money on leads. Grady went to convention. I went to convention. It's not, it's not rocket science. You're literally acquiring a skill set, and then you're just following the people that have done it before you, and you're going to be where they are. And that's kind of the path that I've chosen to follow. And I'm so excited about 2021. We've got big goals.
What is it? What's your goal for 2021?
2 million. I mean, we're going for board member. We're going for integrity. My biggest goal is, I'd like to have 3 VPs in the first quarter of this year. And I think we can do more than that. I'm way more excited about getting the people where they want to go than actually where I'm going to end up. So I feel like I have a servant's heart, and that's something that excites me about, is getting the agents, to where they want to go. So that first conversation is like, where do you want to go? What are you looking to accomplish? And I always remember that is getting them to where they want to be, whether it's 20K, 30K, 40K, VP, board member. We just keep grinding until we get there.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Happy New Year to everybody.
Thank you. All right, Clay Sweet. That's the conversations, they get better. You think you're a better communicator now?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it. That was part of it too. Like when you're starting out, you don't know what to say in the home. You don't have to say on the phone with an agent. And it takes time to develop those skills, and it takes reps to develop those skills. So very proud of what he's accomplished. So, all right, up next, Mr. Alexander Straight, top producer. And I've been giving him guff all year long that he could go Hall of Fame if he just wanted to. If he twinkle his nose enough, he could definitely go Hall of Fame. But he's also the senior vice president of FFL Fire, been an integral part of the total growth of our team, from assistance in the boot camp, as well as assistance with FFLamerica.com, as well as assistance with the lead programs that he runs for the company, and all around focused individual. Alexander Straight, what is your now focus for you, your team, going into 2021, my man?
Man, that's a big question. I feel like we could spend all day talking about that, but I think the biggest thing is in 2020, obviously a curveball was thrown to a lot of people in March and April, right? And I just have so much gratitude for the people that stuck it out over the last 9 months, because there's a lot of uncertainty, just around the world, around the country, and in this business, there's a lot of uncertainty about what the fallout of that was going to look like and how it was going to impact people in 2020. And as an agency, I mean, in December, we had 5 writers that did 29,000 in December, so just getting started. And in December of this month, right now we have 54 writers, and we've done 275,000 through 4 weeks. So the growth of, even with everything going on over the course of 2020, people that have stuck it out and dug deep and said, you know what, I'm not going to let that affect me. We're going to keep grinding. We're going to keep working. I'm going to focus on me and not let the outside noise distract me. Just really proud of everyone, and especially our primary agency owners, Jen, creating Hall of Fame. She's just, if you've watched any kind of training videos, you've come across Jen at some point. She's been a huge resource to the company as a whole. And then Juan and Andy as well. Juan, new vice president, Andy up and coming. They've been great leaders for our group, and I'm just very blessed to work with great people. So going into the new year, it's a lot less about me, and I want to make sure that bringing up not just Gen 1 and Andy and their group, but also bringing in new blood and new writers. And so far this month, we've had 18 new writers that issue paid their first policy ever, which it's December. It's like, it's December, it's a Christmas month, it's a holiday season, and we just have so much new blood and new growth coming in. So just really trying to focus on, 90-day spurts. I think this business is really hard to judge week to week, especially hard to judge month to month, but I think quarterly is a really good metric for growth. So, when it kind of looks at goal setting, and Grady, I'm just gonna keep rolling if that's cool with you, because I got some notes. I've only got like 6 minutes trying to roll through this thing. So when it comes to goal setting, I think it's good to have, long-term goals as well as some shorter goals. And an easy way to kind of break that down, and what I did, I have on my whiteboard right here in my office, I got 12-month goal. So today is the last day of 2020. You need to set a goal for where you want to be December 31st, 2021, 100%. If you don't have a crystal clear goal of where you're going to be a year from now, it's never going to happen. And that also mentally plants a seed that you're going to be here a year from now. So make a 12-month goal of where you want to be a year from now. Then again, those quarterly goals. And so make a goal of where you want to be the last day of March. So I think a good way to look at that is, what do I want to do for January? February is convention month. How would I want to get that momentum going into convention? FFL 2021 convention.com. Get that momentum going into convention, and then take what you learned from convention to apply it for the rest of February and March, and see the kind of growth you've had over those 90 days. So set your 12-month goal, set your 90-day goal, and then the last way to make sure you achieve that is to set weekly goals. So today is Thursday. It's the start of the new year officially for FFL volume. So set your goal, if you haven't already, for this week. When you're submitting your numbers Wednesday night, what's that going to look like? How many appointments did you run? How many families did you protect? How many dials did you do? How many leads did you buy? If you don't know your numbers already, you don't have a goal and a plan in place, then it's not going to happen. You're going to just, if you didn't hit where you wanted to be in 2020, you don't change anything, nothing's going to change. So make sure you know your numbers, you have your goals broken down, and that's the way to make sure that instead of setting a New Year's resolution, just set these little tiny micro goals along the way for the leads, the dials, the appointments, the no-shows. Hey, my goal is to get rejected 285 times today on dial day. So that means I got 15 appointments set if I do 300 dials. Like, just be prepared for it, know it's going to come. And if you just have that mindset, you don't get phased with the hangups, you don't get phased with the no-shows. It allows you to keep going and keep growing. So that was kind of a lot, but I just feel like if you just come in with gratitude for 2020, gratitude that you hear right now, wherever you are, whether it's live or replay, that you're able to be here in this position, about Family First Life, you're moving forward in 2021, have all that gratitude, put that gratitude into the leads, into the dials, into your in-homes, knowing that you're in a position to protect families. And if you operate out of a position of gratitude and really caring about others, it's going to naturally, rising tide raises all ships. So there's big things coming. I know we're looking at the Dallas office. We're going to be getting an office out here in Dallas in the first quarter, and Gage Peart's going to be on later. And Gage, Michaela, myself, we're going to be really helping kind of run that thing out here in Dallas. So that'll be really exciting. So if you're in the Dallas area, you guys are all welcome. Once we got that, we'll have details. But man, a lot of big goals for 2021. I know we talk a lot, Grady, but it's exciting stuff, and it's not even about me at this point, man. It's just about helping the newest person and making sure that they're in a position to succeed, that they can see a 12-month goal and know they can do it. They can see a 90-day goal and know they could do it, and to be there and support them week by week as they're going through in the learning curve to make sure they survive.
How confident are you that someone who has ambition, you can help them make money?
Dude, it's 100%. It's fact at this point. It's I think in today's world, in today's economy, if there's one thing 2020 showed us, is that you need to be in a business model that is sustainable and not going anywhere. And the insurance space is 100% that model. And I think our company specifically, with the access to the training, the resources, the product selection that we have, and most importantly, the leads, where that anywhere in the country you can go and you can have the same people to talk to in Florida, in California, in Texas, anywhere in between, that you're going to have the exact same conversations. It gives you the confidence in knowing that if I just plug in and I put in the work and I work hard, that I'm going to make more money here than in any other industry in the world. So this really is the best business ever.
Amen, brother. I appreciate you. Grateful for you. Looking forward to Dallas Q1 2021 and all the things that you and FFL Fire continue to do as time progresses. Drop a fire written out or fire emoji in the comments below. Appreciate you, Alex. Have a great day, buddy.
Absolutely appreciate you, man. Bye-bye.
Brother. Very proud of what he's accomplished. So moving on, 2020 didn't bring the hustle out of you. It ain't in you. And I think that is a complete reflection on our team, to see how hard all of the producers have worked, to see that in December, we have over 65 people that have paid over $10,000, to see Nina leading the charge on production, to see all these teams starting to grow and new agents coming on and consistently 10 to 20 new agents every single week. It's a testament to, one, our attitude, but two, our focus to help people. And I think that this quote embodies everything that we are, because it's in us. It's in the fiber of our team. It's in the fiber of our leadership. It's in the fiber of FFL, from Sean all the way down, right? Sean all the way down. I couldn't think of a greater man to lead us into business than Sean Mike. And so I'm just grateful for all of you guys, but I also want to, to see these words, understand that, it's a decision away. If right now you're sitting on here and you bought a couple batch of leads and you couldn't get over the phone script and you couldn't get in the home and you didn't close a couple, it's your decision whether or not you want to get better, want to learn these skills, want to learn how to protect families. They're requesting the coverage. They are warm buyer leads. So, if it took me 10 sales, 10 sits, and one dude threw me out of his house in there, like the fourth one, he took my brochures, threw them in my face and kicked me out of his house. I'll never forget it. And did I quit? No, I had kids and I had goals and I had a business that I wanted to create and people that I wanted to prove wrong and people that I wanted to take care of. And I kept going 6 more sits. And finally on the 10th one, Patricia P, she bought a $43 a month Eagle, and life has never looked different.